The audience don't care about what you think, they care about you. What do you want? You happy with your life? With your career? Don't you want it all?
More than anything.
What scares me, I have a minor fear of honestly, this is not like a funny answer. Like, am I gonna get shot? Just 2019, just general. I'm not even like a huge horror buff. My wife can't watch them, so I've stopped watching them. But then I saw Us at South by Southwest, and I was just like, the two kind of emotions I think that lead to the best collective experience are horror and comedy, right? You want to go see like a big funny comedy, you go see it in the theaters and you feed off the energy of the laughs. And I think on the other side of that coin is you go to a horror movie and you're just like, there was a woman screaming in the theater, like bloody murder. And it just reminds us that we're still alive and we have a pulse.
I actually think people live scared, and I think they go to see scary things for it to be cathartic. It's a place where actually they can exercise and exorcise their fears with people they don't know, but with people who are exercising them at the same time. And so I think the notion of sitting around a campfire and hearing scary campfire stories has existed since people could speak. And we just do it, and with moving images on a screen. I mean, so many things scare me. I'm a writer, so I'm pretty neurotic. Everything from, I've been afraid of flying for a lot of my life. I'm afraid of writer's block. Every phobia is irrational. Like, the fear of flying is irrational. It's way safer, obviously, to fly than it is to drive. But we're never afraid of driving in a car somewhere, and we're scared if we had some turbulence on a plane. I think the lack of control, especially for someone who's a writer, but for any of us, the lack of control is the scariest thing. And so you lose control. You're not flying the plane when you're sitting in in a plane as a passenger. And I'm afraid of any kind of animal. I'm a city kid, so whether it's snakes or birds or if there's a raccoon in the back, it could just as well be a monster or an alien to me.
I have a fear of getting punched in the face walking down the street. Scary. I always have. Mostly New York. I went to school in New York, and I've always had a fear of getting punched in the face. That's basically my only fear, actually. I'm not afraid of bugs. I'm not afraid of rodents. I don't mind being out at 3 o'clock in the morning in the city. I just don't want to get punched in the face. A lot of my friends are not into horror at all, but I think it gives you a kind of sense of accomplishment that you powered through, and that maybe something made you laugh instead of cry, or something, didn't terrify you. It's kind of like a badge of honor to watch it, and then you're like, yeah, that wasn't scary,
No, I think there's a visceral thing that happens. People like to be scared. Maybe it's just an escapist thing. I think the world that we're living in right now is truly scary, and it's nice to go on that roller coaster of emotions and kind of get some of that anxiety out. I don't know.
Based on my love of the original series and so many people's love of the original series and what I know that they were very purposeful about keeping in this one, it is about being scared, but it's also about making you think, and there's something about maintaining that architecture of storytelling time, but it's for adults, where someone is literally asking you to sit, and then there's actually a narrator, and we're going to take you on this journey, and it's a little bit like your life, but just slightly outside of that. So I do think it's about being scared, but I also think it's just about being taken somewhere else that's not comfortable, but it's its own brand of escapism, and it makes you have to look at stuff from a different perspective. And often getting frightened forces that different perspective, I think.
I'm a very rational person. My fears are not irrational. For me, it doesn't matter how old I get, I still don't like it. I don't like being in the dark. I don't like being in the dark alone. And even though I know exactly what's in my house, and I have lots of bolts and locks and, those little ones with the chain, I don't like the idea of what's there when I can't see it. I'm very much a person who has to see to believe something, and if it's dark, I can't see, so I can't believe there's nothing there. I think for a lot of people, it's almost like an adrenaline rush. It's because you're so... It's almost like simmering underneath this feeling of what's coming, why am I uncomfortable? And then at the end maybe you do get a scare, or maybe you do get that emotion to come out, and that's when you get the sense of adrenaline. But it's the fact that it's almost going to happen it's enticing to people, and people like being uncomfortable. I don't like being uncomfortable, but some people do.
Right now we're up 30,000 feet where no human was ever meant to be. Just the fact that we're in this plane means anything's possible.